Hi, guys. I'm sorry that I am not there today. I'm not feeling good at all and want to make sure that I'm there for Friday tomorrow for us to have, a little fun before Halloween and see you dressed up if you're doing that. So I will be at home today trying to get better. Please be respectful to your substitute, whoever that might be. And I just wanted to let you know it is written on the board your two assignment choices for today, Thursday, October 28th. So when you walk in the room, you'll see on the board it asks you to listen to this and to also get started on either one of two things. So today you can use the whole time as a work day for your Element Superhero project. If you remembered, or just to jog your memory, in Google Classroom, we have this topic called End of Matter Unit. And I know it says first period right here, but it's all periods. So you have your directions and information here. Okay, this should be the last full class that we have to work on this project. So you can see on the calendar in the original post right here that you're going to get some of the class next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but it's just going to be like parts of classes. So today is your last full day to really dive into that project. I hope by today you're working on the biography and the illustration design. So if you need a little reminder, because I gave you a whole lot of information yesterday, right here on the front page, for step 3 is illustration and step 4 is biography. So while you're working on your illustration, whether you're drawing it or coloring one of the templates you got from class or designing it on a computer, however you're doing your superhero, step 3 right here on your front page is a checklist for what you need there. Okay. The first one under step 3 says heroes and villains must be fully colored and in school appropriate attire or gear. You have to attach an illustration of the periodic square. So remember that square, or we called it a periodic tile, that shows the atomic number and mass. And then the atomic model. So if you look at the back of this packet, it has your two examples. I'll scroll the back there. So this is your periodic table square or tile. And this is called the atomic structure. We drew a couple of these, but probably not as big as some of your elements are going to be. If you picked an element with a big atomic number, you're going to have a big atomic structure to draw, because the atomic number, is the number of protons and electrons. So the electrons are these small dots in circles. So the more of those you have, the more you'll have to draw. So save room for that on your illustration. So let's go back to our checklist. All right. Then it says, this third part of step 3, it says the superhero or villain's name should be noticeable and must include the name of the element. And then finally, you have the catchphrase, a word or expression or sentence or two that represents your characteristics of your person. And here's some examples. I've also read a few of yours in class who have gotten them done, and they're really good, catchy, like almost riddles. So if you're stuck on being creative to come up with a catchphrase, you might talk about it with somebody who already has it done and see what ideas they came up with. And then finally, step 4. So again, you can do this in either order. Step 3 is the information for the illustration, and step 4 is for your biography. So remember, if you want to use the page in this packet, this line page right here, to maybe do a rough draft or plan out your story, you can. You can also write your final draft on here. That's fine too. If you would prefer to type this on a Google Doc, that is also fine. You just have to submit it to me or share it with me or attach it to the assignment when you turn it in. So it says create a 1-page written biography. Now, if it's a little longer than 1 page, that's okay. Try to make it as close to 1 page as you can. The biography will explain how your character acquired superpowers. So it's kind of like their origin story. If you've watched Marvel movies before or things like that, um, if not, if you have not watched any kind of these movies, Avengers, stuff like that, you might maybe watch a couple or ask a friend to kind of get an idea to help you be creative with this. In your story, you will need to include those 5 physical properties and your 2 chemical properties. So I asked you to highlight here, it says underline. So highlight the physical properties within your story. So those come from our research page. Your 5 properties that you're connecting to your character have to be highlighted in that biography, whether it's typed or written. So there's extra directions on your Google Classroom where it says end of matter unit. So remember just your other 2 resources, just to remind you. This Wednesday document has 3, nope, not Wednesday, sorry, Thursday. Your Thursday, October 21st document has your 3 real good periodic table Google links. So if you're looking for that information about density and groups and families and all that stuff, you want to go here. And compounds and what your element makes, that would be on this Thursday document. Those are your pretty good periodic table links. On the Thursday document, this was from yesterday. Wednesday. Gosh, gotta think straight, Miss Williams. So Wednesday was yesterday, and I kind of went through why melting point and freezing point are the same. And I also put some videos on here if you're still kind of looking for information about why that is. And then I also put that link to the Mohs hardness scale because a lot of people had questions about that. So if you didn't get that yet, I had it up in class yesterday in most classes. You can click on this and hit, once it opens, you'll see the title Mohs hardness, and then you want to sort it by alphabetical so you can look for your element. And it may or may not have a Mohs hardness number. You also had a couple more links. Now, I did realize that some of these links I tried to cut and paste were not active yesterday, so I'm working on that. I know the periodic table videos is nice if you're just looking for ways to get to know your elements still. And then finally, just a reminder about the highlighting on the biography of these properties that you're connecting to your character and their story. If you guys have any questions today, you can send me an email if you would like. You would just go, if you have not sent me an email before, you go in there, you hit the plus button, and you start typing my name, and it should come up with my like Muppet characteristics. So if you're interested in that, otherwise you should be okay. Finish working on this superhero or villain, hopefully getting that as close to finished as you can. Now, if you are finished with this, or you need a break and you're kind of running out of creative juices and you're like, I've gotten really far and I'd like something else to work on, your substitute has on the front table a matter study guide. So next Thursday, a week from today, you're going to take your final quiz on this whole matter unit and you'll get to use your notebook. So today would also be a day that you could work on this study guide. When you look at this study guide, you will see that the numbers here, this title, like numbers 1 through 6, come from vocabulary divider page. So what that means is these numbers, 1 through 6, come from the very first divider and page that we put in our notebook for matter, the whole unit where we wrote 12 vocabulary words, their definitions, and pictures. So as you continue down this study guide, you will see how it divides it into like groups based on the numbers. So numbers 7 through 13 are next. It tells you what notes to use. We took notes on atomic structure and identifying protons, neutrons, and electrons. And you should be able to find the answers on those pages if you don't know where to look for them. If you find that you are missing some of these notes as you go through this, you are welcome to work with a partner or friend and try to get the notes caught up in your notebooks. You have everything that you need by next Thursday. Also, just as a reminder, in your Google Classroom, if you scroll kind of pretty far down, you have notebook resources. These are the main pages from the beginning up to our last notebook check. So if you're looking for some of those earlier things that you may have missed, they're in here with like pictures and a list and everything. And then you also have the what do I do when I'm done. There's a new one in here if you haven't looked before. Any of this can be used for extra credit. So if you have not read through this before, you might want to read through here. There is one called directions, which kind of explains some of the things in here. Anytime you do anything from this category in classwork, either send me an email or write me a note or turn something in. You will receive extra credit points for these items if you want that. So you have a couple options today for things to work on. I hope you have a good day, and I just want to remind you that we have Fun Friday tomorrow. So do your best to be good today in class. Put in your headphones, really focus on your work, and get done as much as you can so that tomorrow can be a fun day for us. Thanks for all your effort, and I hope you guys have a good day.